Forgiving other people is not easy. It's difficult. There's this story about this guy who was working at a company, and he explained to his coworkers what a difference it made when he followed Jesus, especially how he was able to forgive other people. And he said it this way. He said, "Before I accepted Jesus, before I followed Christ, I found it difficult or impossible even to forgive my boss. I really couldn't stand him. And I even promised myself that if my boss ever died, I would refuse to go to his funeral. Now, he explained, after his conversion, everything had changed. He was able to forgive his boss. Now he said he'd be happy to go to his boss's funeral any day of the week." Forgiveness is difficult. In today's gospel taken from Matthew chapter 18, Jesus explains to us how important it is for us to forgive, that we shouldn't forgive people just 77 times, but 77 times. More than this, Jesus gives us a rationale for why we should forgive, a method that can make forgiveness easier for us to do in our life. In the gospel today, Jesus explains or tells a very powerful parable. He tells a parable about a servant who owes his master an astronomical sum of money, 10,000 talents. This was an enormous sum. It's estimated that for this servant to pay off his master, he would have taken thousands of years to work to pay off this debt. The master, however, shows mercy and pity to his servant and forgives him this debt. This servant, however, then does something terrible. After having received this forgiveness, this mercy, the forgiveness of the debt from his master, he finds kind of his co-servant, another servant who owes him a much smaller sum, 100 denarii. This would have taken just 100 days to pay off rather than thousands of years. And after having his debt canceled, this servant then refuses to cancel the debt to show mercy to his fellow servant. The master then, who has canceled this astronomical debt, finds out about it and punishes harshly this servant for not showing the same mercy as he had shown him. Forgiveness is important. It's hard for us to forgive, but forgiveness can become easier when we remind ourselves of the great mercy and forgiveness God and other people have shown us. It's easier for me to forgive others when I remind myself that in spite of my weaknesses, in spite of my failings, God loves me, He accepts me, He forgives me. In spite of my weaknesses and failings, other people I live with love me, accept me, and forgive me. The more I can remind myself of these truths, that I have received great mercy and forgiveness in my life, the more I can show mercy and forgiveness to others. God bless you and take care.